Tell me a ghost story that sounds completely unbelievable but is entirely true. I'll go first.
So I've tried to film this video like 5 times and the audio is like not working. So I'm hoping this works because I literally have to relive this story multiple times. So ultimately, I'm going to set the scene for you. The house that my mom currently lives in is a 200-year-old Victorian house that was lived in by my grandmother, my great-grandmother, and currently my mom. So my great-grandmother was a little bit extra spiritual. She used to love to play with Ouija boards, spirit boards, and she used to have seances in her home. This is important, and I will come back to it, and you'll see why. So ultimately, she ended up passing away. Again, this was well before I was born, so this is a story that's been kind of passed down from generation to generation to me. So after she passed away, my grandmother was going into the house and she was cleaning out like cabinets and taking stuff out of the house and getting rid of some of her things. So she had a particular room where there was a rocking chair she always sat in. And this rocking chair was always in the same corner in the same spot of the room. And where the rocking chair was, there was cabinets that were like close to the floor. So you had to move the chair out of the way to get to the cabinets underneath to clean them out. So ultimately, she went to the house and she moved the rocking chair out of the corner and was cleaning out in the cabinets, taking things out, throwing things away, blah, blah, blah. So she moves the chair, she's cleaning, the chair's across the room. She ends up going home for the day. She wraps up her cleaning and she lives right down the street. So she left. The chair was not in the corner it originally always was. And, she went home, came back the next day. So she comes back the next day to resume cleaning and the rocking chair is back in the corner that it always was. And she's like, maybe I put it back. I don't really remember doing that, but there's obviously a possibility. So she chalked it up to forgetfulness and moved the chair out of the way and kept cleaning the cabinets that were edging the floor. So she finished up for the latter of the morning, went home for lunch, and came back about an hour later, and the rocking chair was back in the corner again. So ultimately, at this point, she was freaked out, and her first thought was someone's breaking into the house. So she thought someone was screwing with her, so she ended up calling my grandfather, who was the chief of police in town at the time, and being like, yeah, you need to come here and check this out for me. So she took the rocking chair, opened up what we have, a screen porch with glass windows, glass doors, so you can see right through it. She threw the chair out, locked the door, went outside, waited in the front yard for my grandfather to show up. So he ends up showing up to the house, and they go inside, look around together, and lo and behold, the rocking chair was sitting almost at the door like, can you let me back inside, please? I'd like to go back to my corner. Went from, and mind you, there was nobody in the house. The door's locked. There's no other entry point. So this rocking chair was just like, yeah, I'd like to be put back in my corner, which 100-fold, it was my grandmother. And there are a couple other stories in that house, 150 years later, people smelling her perfume in one of our bathrooms. And but yeah, I have a whole slew full of ghost stories. So if you're interested in hearing any more on top of the haunted rocking chair, let me know in the comments.